Gentlemen, my name is Michael Tureen, and I'm the class coordinator for the 323rd graduating class. I'm an instructor of police here at KLTC and their class coordinator. At this time, I ask that you join me in welcoming today's graduates, the 323rd Basic Training class. Members of the 323rd Basic Training class and, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remain standing and direct your attention to the Lawrence Police Department Color Guard for the presentation of the colors and the playing of the national anthem. Color Guard, please post the colors.
Honor guard, center, face. Honor guard, post the colors. Detail, present, arms. Detail, order, arms. Honor guard, center, face. Forward, march.
You may be seated. During your time here at KLTC, you have walked past the Wall of Honor numerous times. The Wall of Honor was designed as a reminder of those KLTC graduates who have died in the line of duty. The names and photos of the 29 individuals memorialized preserve their memories and give family, friends, and law enforcement officers the opportunity to remember those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the service to the citizens of Kansas. At this time, join me in observing a moment of silence to honor those 29 KLTC graduates no longer with us. Thank you. Graduates of the 323rd Basic Training Class, we celebrate your transformation into law enforcement's next generation of officers, deputies, game wardens, and park rangers. You've committed yourselves to a noble cause which demands unwavering integrity, courage, and community service. KLTC's rigorous training pushed your limits physically and mentally. You mastered law enforcement intricacies, de-escalation, and the delicate balance between upholding the law and protecting the rights of citizens. Throughout, you exemplified the essential qualities of compassion, empathy, and responsibility. But you also built resilience. Resilience isn't just about weathering the storm, it's about emerging from it stronger, wiser, and even more dedicated to your purpose. This profession will test you. Resilience will be your shield, the strength to overcome challenges, learn, and continue serving with unwavering devotion. Remember your oath and your commitment. Integrity guides every decision. Perseverance will see you through tough times. Embrace self-improvement, as this profession requires constant learning and adaptation. Today, a new chapter unfolds. Remember why you joined: the desire to serve, protect, and make a difference in your communities. You possess the skills, courage, and resilience to excel. Go forth with confidence to make a difference. You've got this. Congratulations, graduates. The future of law enforcement is brighter with you in it. I will now ask Vice Provost and Director of Police Training, Darren Beck, to introduce today's guest speaker.
Senator Marshall is a self-described proud physician, veteran, devoted father, grandfather, and husband. As a fifth-generation farm kid and son of a small-town police chief, Senator Marshall has a strong admiration for those who put their lives on the line to protect our communities and those who work day in and day out to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. As an OBGYN for 25 years, Dr. Marshall delivered more than 5,000 babies. He raised his 4 children alongside his wife, Lena, based on traditional Kansas values. Senator Marshall continues to fight to protect Kansas values each and every day. Senator Marshall sits on the Ag, Health, Homeland Security, and Governmental Affairs and Budget Committees. It is my pleasure, my honor, to introduce to you Senator Marshall as the graduation speaker.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much, Vice Provost Beck, for introducing me today. Ladies and gentlemen, and all the esteemed guests and the graduates of our law enforcement training program. Today marks a significant milestone in your journey, the culmination of months of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. As you stand here today, adorned in your uniforms, you embody the promise of service and protection to our communities. I want to stop and congratulate your instructors. 20-some full-time folks here, 14 weeks they've had you in classes, 560 hours of intense training. They do that with 17 classes every year, and on top of that, thousands of other law enforcement officers who return for more continuing education, keeping the bar high for our law enforcement personnel. I'm grateful, the state of Kansas is grateful to your commitment to professionalism in law enforcement and teaching and sharing your experiences with, and your insistence of maintaining the highest of standards in law enforcement for all these new officers. Thank you again to our instructors for instilling the values of integrity, honor, and duty upon each graduate. Thanks to all the instructors who have fulfilled your purpose once again for the 323rd time here at the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center to promote and develop improved law enforcement personnel and procedures throughout the state. If I could take a moment and speak to our graduate families. Anybody out there, family members, raise your hand for me. I'd like to speak for you just for a second. Thanks for sharing your loved one for these past 4 months of training, for the sacrifices that each of you've made for keeping the home fires burning, as they say. I'm grateful for your love, your understanding, support of these new graduates. As the son of a police officer, I can personally testify there'll be days when others are critical of your loved one. But the rewards, the pride that you'll see and experience because of your loved one's efforts, your loved one truly making a difference, is worth the sacrifice. And I want you to stop and remember in the days ahead to celebrate the lives that these folks save, the aid they render, the compassion they bring to victims. Those moments will make all the bad days worth it. And yes, there's going to be some bad days. There's going to be tough days. And on those days, I would ask that you try and be a good listener. Give them a word of encouragement and support, and sometimes just give them some space. I'd like to turn my attention back to the graduates, and I wish I could sit out here and look you in the eye, but I do want to speak to you that the world you're entering today as a law enforcement officer is certainly different than what I remember as that of the son of the police chief, as I watched my father serve for those 25 years. You know, in his life, in my world, it seemed like a simpler time. There was right and there was wrong. There was day and night. They applied the law consistently and equally, regardless of what your last name was or what side of the railroad track you were from. But I think I took law and order for granted. And sadly today, we see an uptick of crime across the country. We live in perhaps the most lawless times that America's ever seen. And I think we owe that to an open border, to policies like cashless bells and defunding the police. All these have had a negative impact on this great nation. Every day, Kansas loses a young adult to fentanyl poisoning. In addition to your weapon, you'll be carrying Narcan in your pockets. Our law enforcement officers administer Narcan 10 to 20 times every day in this state, again, saving those lives. I'm sad to tell you that organized crime, the Chinese triad, the Mexican cartel runs up and down our highways and sets up posts in cities, small and large, across the state. Along with fentanyl, human trafficking is exploding. And we see more massage parlors than there are coffee shops in some communities. And finally, Kansas sits between Oklahoma and Colorado and marijuana farms. And we see more than our fair share of this marijuana traversing our states as it's smuggled through Kansas and then on to coast to coast. In fact, I recently sat at a crime table with a group of law enforcement officers. And as we talked about the challenges before us, one of them made a very telling comment. He said, "We cannot arrest ourselves out of this dilemma. We cannot arrest ourselves out of this dilemma." All I can say is that, yes, indeed, we have to secure our border. And there may be a rare community that doesn't support the police, but in Kansas, I've not found that community. And regardless, I want you all to know that you have a friend at our nation's capital in our office, and we're always going to fight to support our law enforcement officers and support the common belief that law and order is necessary for a society to survive and succeed. I spent a lot of time visiting with officers across our state, and I certainly understand that we expect, again, so much more out of today's officers than we did when my father was in law. We expect you to be a social worker, a mental health specialist, at times to be a cyber analyst, and the next moment render medical aid, or to help fight a fire. And finally, Mother Nature is pretty tough out here in Kansas. We expect you to respond to all those different emergencies as well. I would say this, though. You've chosen a noble path, a path that demands courage, integrity, and compassion. You are the guardians of justice, entrusted with upholding the rule of law and safeguarding the rights of all individuals. But with this honor, of course, comes great responsibility. The badge you wear is not merely a symbol of authority, it's a symbol of trust, a trust bestowed upon you by the people you serve. You must always remember that with this power comes accountability, and with authority comes humility. In the face of adversity, you must remain steadfast. You'll encounter challenges that will test your resolve and confront situations that require split-second decisions. It is during these moments that your training will be put to the ultimate test, and it's your unwavering commitment to your principles that will guide you. I encourage you to treat every interaction with respect, with dignity and empathy. Whether you're diffusing a tense situation, apprehending a suspect, or in often cases, consoling a victim, always strive to uphold the highest standards of professionalism. Embrace diversity in all its forms. Our communities are comprised of individuals with different backgrounds, cultures, and beliefs. It's essential to recognize and to even honor this diversity, for it enriches the fabric of our society and fosters understanding and unity. It's what makes America, America. Never forget the importance of continuous learning and self-improvement. The field of law enforcement is ever evolving and requires adaptability and open-mindedness. Seek out opportunities for training, mentorship, and personal growth, for these will not only enhance your skills, but also deepen your understanding of the complexities of your profession. Above all, remember why you chose this noble calling: to serve and to protect. Let your actions be guided by compassion, integrity, and unwavering commitment to justice. I'd like to just give you a couple words of personal advice, if I could, beyond your professional advice. Maintain a balance in life and a commitment to your faith, to your family, and always keep a strong sense of community. Simply stated, stay true to your values, the values we were all raised on. Be the best you can at work, but when your shift is done, try to leave it there. Invest time and effort in your marriage, your children, your relationships. Take care of your own mental health. Pay attention to your nutrition and your physical health. All these are important, again, in balance. I'll close with this. As you embark on this journey, know that you do not walk alone. You're part of a proud tradition, a brotherhood and sisterhood of law enforcement officers who stand united in their dedication to the greater good. Congratulations, graduates. The badge you now wear is more than just a symbol. It's a beacon of hope, a shield of protection, and a testament to your commitment to serve and to protect. As others before and after you, may you wear it with pride, honor, and humility as you embark on this noble calling. Godspeed, and may you always be safe. Thank you.
So, Senator, thank you very much. Your words couldn't be more spot on. And more importantly, we truly appreciate you coming down and telling us that not only do the people appreciate law enforcement and support law enforcement, but so do their elected officials. It matters. It really does. So it's my privilege to provide to you, or to present to you, a Kansas law enforcement portfolio, real pleather portfolio that I hope that maybe you can take back to Washington and use maybe during one of your hearings.
I'll use it proudly.
Thank you
so much. Thank you.
At KLATC, we recognize student officers who have excelled in various professional skill sets during their time in basic training. For the 323rd basic training class, They understood the importance of fitness being a key component in an officer's life. It helps them deal with daily stress that they'll face and aids them in their maintaining healthier lifestyles, enabling them to better mitigate the threats that they may encounter. During their time here at KLATC, all the members of the 323rd were active and engaged in a fitness routine. The 323rd Basic Training Class had 4 student officers who met the goals of the 200-mile club. To be recognized as a member of the 200-mile club, the student officer must complete 30 push-ups in a minute, 30 sit-ups in a minute, and run their final mile and a half in 18 minutes or less. Additionally, they must have logged 200 miles or more outside of their normal classroom activities. I would like to ask the following students to stand and be recognized as a member of the 200-mile club. Will Cook of the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks. Justin Counts from the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks. Burnaby Mendoza from the Saline County Sheriff's Office. Stephen Nicholson from the Riley County Police Department. Please join me in recognizing their efforts. You may be seated. Officer Stephen Nicholson, please join me at the podium. During the 200-mile club challenge, Officer Nicholson completed an impressive 251.5 miles, along with exceeding the other physical requirements for the 200-mile challenge. For his efforts, Officer Nicholson is being awarded the Fitness Medal for most miles. Please join me in recognizing Officer Nicholson for his efforts. Game Warden Justin Cooks, please join me at the podium. I'm sorry, Justin Counts. I apologize. For his efforts in completing the 200-mile club, Game Warden Counts is being awarded the Fitness Medal for Most Improved from his initial PT assessment to his final PT assessment. Please join me in recognizing Game Warden Counts for his efforts. KLATC also recognizes those student officers who have excelled in all areas during their time at KLATC. I would ask John Cancelata from the Wamego Police Department, please stand and be recognized for graduating with honors. Officer Cancelata, I apologize. Officer Cancelata has achieved the following criteria to be graduating with honors: 90% or greater on his overall written test GPA, 90% or greater on the written final GPA, his written final score, 90% or greater on his performance test GPA, 90% or greater on his performance test final grade, and a minimum of 100 miles of walking, running, or 400 miles of biking. Please join me now in recognizing him for his efforts. You may be seated. It is now time for the class president to deliver a few brief remarks on behalf of the graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, the 323rd Basic Training Class President, Ranger Will Cook from the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank everyone for attending our graduation ceremony, as well as those who are watching remotely. On behalf of my class, I would like to thank all of you for your support and wisdom that you have given us, that has allowed every one of us here to be here today. I would also like to thank the instructors and KLATC staff for their assistance in our journey to be law enforcement officers. As we gather here today to celebrate the culmination of our law enforcement training, I would like to reflect on the significance of this moment. Each one of us has undergone hours and hours of training, honing our skills and acquiring new ones. All help us better serve and protect our communities. One of the most invaluable aspects of this experience have been the friendships that we have formed along the way. We have leaned on each other for support, encouragement, and had a lot of laughs throughout our time here. The connections that we have made will undoubtedly serve us well as we begin our respective law enforcement careers throughout the state. However, let us not lose sight of the purpose behind our chosen profession: to make a difference. Each one of us has chosen this noble path because we believe in the power of service, the importance of integrity, the responsibility to protect and serve our communities. It's a calling that demands our best efforts, our unwavering commitment, and our utmost dedication. As we prepare to enter this field, let's carry with us the knowledge, skills, and values instilled in us during our training. Let's never stop learning, growing, and striving to be the best versions of ourselves. Together, we have the power to make a positive impact, to uphold principles of justice, integrity, and leave a legacy of service. Congratulations, Class 323. The road ahead will be challenging, but I have every confidence that each one of you is more than capable of rising to the occasion. Let's step forward with courage, determination, and a shared commitment to excellence. Remember to stay safe, stay vigilant, and never forget the privilege and responsibility that comes with wearing a badge. Thank you.
Ranger Cook, it's my pleasure on behalf of the KLTC staff to present you with this plaque for your time as the president, so you can remember you as the 323rd class president. Sir, thank you. In law enforcement, ethics is at the forefront of training and our profession. Law enforcement oath of office affirmation is a constant reminder of the importance to always do the right thing. This is something we've discussed in depth during your time here at KLTC. The ultimate purpose of law enforcement is public service. Law enforcement officer assumes a great responsibility when they affirm the oath of office. They have entered the position of being role models, leading by example. They are enforcers of the law and protectors over our communities. I'll now ask Class President Ranger Will Cook to lead the class in reciting the law enforcement oath of office affirmation.
Class 323, please stand. Oath. On my honor.
I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution of the United States, the state of Kansas, my community, and the agency I serve.
Recover.
Class 323, please be seated. In a few moments, you'll be presented with a challenge coin. A challenge coin is symbolic and meaningful and given to someone as a reminder of what they have done and confirm membership in an organization. This coin today will recognize you as a graduate of KLATC. I ask that you carry it with you as a reminder of the lessons learned and the friendships forged during your time here at KLATC. On the back of this coin is the oath that each of you affirmed moments ago. Carry it with you and let it be a constant reminder to always do the right thing. Graduates, it's been my honor and distinct pleasure to be your class coordinator and a small part of your journey. I wish you nothing but success and happiness in the future. I will now ask KLATC Associate Director of Basic Training, Alvin Sowers, to join me on stage to present the members of the 323rd Basic Training class with their certificates. Class President Ranger Will Cook will announce the names.
Front row, please stand. Jason Bevan, Sumner County Sheriff's Office. Christopher Bixman, Russell Police Department. Blaine Blackburn, Harper County Sheriff's Office. John Cancelata, Wamego Police Department. Cade Carson, Kansas State University Police Department. Corbin Kofer, Galena Police Department. Justin Counts, Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks. Front row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Second row, please stand. Nathan Duff, Neosho County Sheriff's Office. Hayden Hershey, Riley County Police Department. Brandon Husky, Kansas City, Kansas Community College Campus. Dawson Manning, Butler County Sheriff's Office. Burnaby Mendoza, Saline County Sheriff's Office. Bailey Mao, Saline County Sheriff's Office. Second row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Third row, please stand. Stephen Nicholson, Riley County Police Department. Noah Ortego, Edwardsville Police Department. Christian Rodriguez, Scott City Police Department. Andrea Smith, Osage City Police Department. Jonathan Soto, Dodge City Police Department. Jeffrey Spencer, Saline County Sheriff's Office. Ethan Stevenson, Arkansas City Police Department.
And Will Cook with the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks. Third row, you can return to your seats. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank all the family members who come. It's truly appreciated, not only by the KLETC staff, but also, and most importantly, by your family member. It means a lot to them and shows that you're supporting them. So we appreciate that. Please take the opportunity as the afternoon progresses where you can have your graduates share some of the experiences and give you a tour around the campus. And if you're so inclined, we have a KLETC store that has some KLETC branded apparel. If you'd like to share some time in the store, we'd appreciate that as well. Class 323, would you please stand? On behalf of Director Beck, I hereby certify that each of you has satisfactorily completed the requirements to be Kansas law enforcement officers. And they've been waiting 14 weeks to hear the final words, class dismissed.